What happens at a real estate closing? Now, as a successful and trustworthy real estate agent, I'm going to answer that question for you right now. Now, the first thing you're going to do before the closing is you're going to do a final walkthrough of the property to make sure it's still in good condition. Now, this final walkthrough can be done on the day of closing, the day before closing. It can even be done a week before closing. But obviously, the closer to closing that you get it done, the better. Now, when you get to the closing, obviously, you're going to be signing all of your closing documents. Now, if you're paying cash instead of using a loan, you will have a lot less documents to sign. And a seller, a lot of times, will even sign well before the closing date. Sellers can sign 3, 4, 5 days before closing, and they're just waiting for the buyers to sign on the closing day. Now, all final payments will be made on closing day as well. So as a buyer, typically speaking, you're going to wire your money over. Some buyers will wire their money the day before just to make sure that it got there on time. And as the buyer, if you use a lender, they also will need to send their money over to the closing company as well. Now, sellers also have closing costs, but usually the money that they're going to make profit from selling their house will be used to cover all closing costs. So they don't need to wire any money. But if you're in a situation where you're not making enough money to cover your closing costs, then as a seller, you also will need to wire money over to cover all of your costs. And the final step that everyone loves is you will then receive your keys. But keep in mind, you do not just sign the papers and receive the keys. You will not get the keys until all funds have cleared. This is why I always suggest as a buyer, send your money the day before, because if you're still waiting for a wire to go through after closing, you will not get your keys until that wire goes through. Also, if you use a lender, sometimes after closing, it might take the closing company an extra 1 or 2 hours to get the lender to release the funds. You cannot get your keys until those funds are released. So you will get your keys at closing if all funds have transferred and cleared in time on that day. Now, since I got straight to the point in this video and gave you some good quality information, I do think that deserves a like and subscribe. So if you can do that for me real quick before you click to the next video, I would really appreciate it. And as usual, if you're interested in buying, selling, or renting down here in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or the neighboring areas, feel free to give me a call or send me a text if you need a really good real estate agent. All my contact details are in the description below. Thank you and have a great day.